Well, folks, welcome into another episode of Universe Mode on the JPG channel. We are joined by the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre, out here. I would be assuming to explain his actions for last week, getting involved in after Ilya Dragunov's incredible main event against Aleister Black, smashing that World Heavyweight Championship in his face. And just as I thought, McIntyre seems to be jealous of the status and the uprising of Ilya Dragunov himself, letting him know that he's no Gunther. Once Dragunov has to face McIntyre, it is not going to be the same result that Dragunov had against Gunther twice, but quickly coming back right out here quickly to interrupt McIntyre is Ilya Dragunov, all fired up after getting that championship thrown in his face. He's letting McIntyre know that he can't fight half the battles that he has fought in. And yeah, McIntyre has Dragunov all fired up. He wants to fight McIntyre here right now live. And of course, McIntyre wants to do it at a bigger show. Money in the Bank in 2 weeks' time. We're going to have to see if that actually gets made official, folks. Well, we'll have to follow that story closely to see if that gets confirmed or not. Dragunov and McIntyre. Looks like the Mad Dragon is seeing red, ready to breathe fire in the vicinity of the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre after, of course, McIntyre laying Dragunov out with that World Heavyweight Championship strike to the face last week after a grueling match against the returning Aleister Black. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to switch gears here because tag team wrestling is on the horizon as the Wyatt Sicks members slowly start to emulate into the arena here tonight. Gacy and Loomis will be the participants in this tag team match. They are going to be taking on Fraxiom. Of course, one of the many teams that Gacy and Loomis have targeted and laid out in their approach throughout the Smackdown tag team division since returning. For some of these guys are returning. Some of these guys, it's their first time here on the main roster. At referring to Joe Gacy, of course. Gacy has a tremendous opportunity with the Wyatt Sicks to build a name for himself. Obviously, possibly one of the most imposing factions that this company has ever seen is the Wyatt Sicks. They are certainly forcing their hand on the Smackdown tag team division, led, of course, by the ominous Uncle Howdy, a man that certainly has had his hand in a few different outcomes in the last few weeks as well, particularly pertaining to Seth Rollins. Uncle Howdy has made a target out of Seth freaking Rollins. We're not entirely sure why, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to question him either. I'm not going to sit down with an interview with Uncle Howdy. I'll let you know that right now. That guy gives me the heebie-jeebies. So if he wants to attack Seth Rollins, if he wants to attack whoever the hell else, who's going to stop him? That's my question. Meanwhile, Fraxiom looks to try and stop some of the momentum that the Wyatt Sicks have been building for themselves over the last few weeks. Here tonight with a big win over Gacy and Loomis. Not only that, but looking to get a measure of revenge on the Wyatt Sicks after, of course, as I said already, the Wyatt Sicks laid them out a number of weeks ago. You know, Axiom and Frazier want to get past this, put the Wyatt Sicks behind them, and focus back in on those WWE Tag Team Championships. The titles, of course, that the Tongan twins, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, still have held for quite some time now. Their last defense was actually a few months ago at WrestleMania, but General Manager Nick Aldis has made it quite abundantly clear that if they do not defend those tag team championships within the next few weeks, he will have no choice but to strip them of the belts. They've been very keen. And let's look at this. A nice Spanish fly catch by Frazier. I was going to say, been very keen about like trying to keep those championships the easiest way possible. Never doing things completely by the book are the Tongans. As now Frazier trying to fend for himself here in the ring against the bigger Dexter Lumis. Doing a pretty good job with that, though, as he maintains the speed needed to hit a big drop kick in the corner. Oh, what a springboard moonsault connects. The lightning quick pace of Nathan Frazier and Axiom to his credit. That's what awarded these guys tag team championships in the past down in NXT. Now they're looking to find similar success here on Friday nights. As now Dexter Lumis turns things around and sends Frazier shoulder first into the ring post, choking out Nathan Frazier with the heel of his boot. As Nikki Cross and Eric Rowan look on, obviously loving what they're seeing here out of their tag team partner Dexter Lumis. And now Lumis sending Nathan Frazier into the turnbuckle, looking to get the fresh tag to Joe Gacy. Now Gacy with a huge right to the stomach. A right to the stomach of Frazier. Like Gacy might have been trying to channel his inner Nathan Frazier and go for a springboard maneuver, but thought better of it. But now Nathan Frazier collides big time. Ducks the clothesline attempt, and oh, look at this. A variation of the inverted DDT, almost an elbow assisted inverted DDT. Innovation at its finest when we're talking about Fraxiom. These guys, I mean, we've been seeing them for almost a year now here on the JPG channel. They never stop short to amaze the crowd in attendance. Now Frazier works over the knee of Joe Gacy. And now Frazier sending Gacy into his side. The turnbuckle to get Axiom the tag in this match. A huge double super kick right to the face of Gacy. And now Axiom looks to keep this pace going. Full head of steam. Big kick right to the chest. Got to be pretty impressed with this performance of Fraxiom so far, especially against a dominant, very mysterious team in the Wyatt Sicks. We don't know a ton about these new versions of Lumis and Gacy. We know as much as we can about their older versions. We remember Dexter Lumis, of course. We remember Joe Gacy, of course. But I don't know. It's just they're like a shell of their former selves as far as like the way that they act, the way that they carry themselves. They almost appear soulless. They almost appear just not on Earth anymore. They just seem like hypnotized, just in a trance, of course, by the devious Uncle Howdy. But at the same time, I use harsh words like hypnotized and trance, but at the same time, they have proclaimed that they are indeed a family, all five of these individuals, with one goal in mind, and that is to watch the world burn. They want the end of the world, just like Uncle Howdy, being Bo Dallas's brother. Bray Wyatt wanted to see the world collapse in the palm of his hands. And all Wyatt Sicks are doing now is just carrying on the legacy, carrying on the last great idea from Bray Wyatt in the Wyatt Sicks. Something that was drawn up in the plans for years before it finally came to fruition. Unfortunately, he's not here to see it anymore, but I'm sure he's certainly looking down, smiling, knowing that his brother is carrying on his legacy and doing it in a big way, too. Speaking of a big way, Joe Gacy coming off the turnbuckle in a big way. with a huge flying shoulder tackle, and now Gacy's sending Axiom into the turnbuckle. Oh, face first into the top one. Gacy in full control now of Axiom, and now look at this, just shoves him right down on the apron. If you're not careful, you're going to dislocate your shoulder landing on the apron like that, or even your collarbone. And oh, speaking of landing on the apron, Nathan Frazier just landed skull first on it. Joe Gacy's fired up here. Like I said, Uncle Howdy lighting a fire underneath Gacy, Loomis, Rowan, and Nikki Cross, inspiring them to make their return to the WWE and carry on a legacy of Howdy's brothers, carrying on the legacy of the Wyatt name, and just wreak chaos as Axiom hits a beautiful suicide dive to the floor. Now waving Nathan Frazier now, perhaps not looking to be upstage. Here comes Nathan Frazier, full head of steam, suicide dive on the outer end, right to Dexter Loomis. And the referee now, Rod Zapata, trying to give these guys a fair chance to get back in the ring. Axiom's going to want to get out of this real quick. We're about an 8 or a 9. I'd hate to see this end in a count out, a draw. We want to see a clear, decisive winner. As look at this, Gacy's just looming in the corner. Meanwhile, Axiom getting the fresh tag to Frazier, but gets met by a huge elbow strike from Gacy. And now Joe Gacy calling Frazier up to his feet. Goes behind Frazier with a nice reversal. And now, wait a minute. Oh, what a poison Rana. Spiking Joe Gacy on his head. And now Frazier wasting little to no time while Dexter Loomis is momentarily incapacitated. Goes for the cover, but not enough. Thought that frog splash was going to be enough. No. But will this be a standing shooter from Nathan Frazier? Expertly done there. Goes for the cover again. Gacy showing some heart. We mentioned that their souls might have left their bodies, but clearly the heart hasn't. As now Frazier sending Joe Gacy back into the side of Fraxiom. Look at this combination of these two. Oh my goodness, double dropkick into a tope. Beautifully done. Fraxiom is so quick. We mentioned that lightning speed that these two operate at. That's what firmly makes me believe that they are indeed future World Tag Team Champions, if not multi-time World Tag Team Champions in our near future. They were so close at WrestleMania getting the job done. And now look out, Axiom from the tip-top rope with a Hurricane Rana. Like I said, Fraxiom so close to getting the job done at WrestleMania, but the Tongans were able to just momentarily retain those championships back in Philadelphia. As now Axiom goes for the cover once again on Gacy. You have to credit Fraxiom. Multiple cover attempts, I should say, from these two in this match, trying to just basically run out the hourglass when it comes to the Wyatt Sicks. And now again, Gacy gets spiked on his head once more. 2 poison Ranas that Gacy has had to suffer in this match. How the hell is he even standing, even though Axiom is making sure he can stand right now by throwing him in the turnbuckle? But wait a minute, Gacy, all of a sudden, another second wind of sorts, tags Loomis back in. And yeah, if I was Gacy, I would take a little bit of a breather as well after getting spiked on the head twice. And now Loomis is going top rope. Look out here. Swanton to Axiom. The Swanton to Axiom connects, goes for the cover. Could this be it? Axiom gets the shoulder out. Tag team wrestling on full display, as it is every episode on the JPG channel. I make sure of it. Anybody that knows me or knows my channel by now knows I'm an avid tag team wrestling fan. Always have been since the Hardys and the Dudleys, Edge and Christian days, all the way into the days of now. There's this new generation of tag team wrestling that honestly has been putting on just amazing performance after amazing performance. I mean, we're coming off of DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns. back at Backlash in France, which was a hell of a match. If you guys haven't seen that, go watch that a few episodes back. And every single week that we get even more tag team action, it just keeps elevating. I don't know what to say. There's something about it. It's an addiction. Addicting part of wrestling is watching tag team wrestling. It's the continuity. It's the moves that these guys come up with to try and defeat their opponents. It's a collaborative effort. Now look at this. Oh my goodness gracious. Gacy was not going to take no for an answer. Try to get Frazier off the apron. Frazier was able to fight him off just that at that moment, but Gacy, I don't think he expected him to fly directly at him with a toe peg on Elo over the top rope. And now all of a sudden, Gacy back in control, but Axiom catches the boot. Big kick to the midsection of Gacy. And now our referee, Rod Zapata, in perfect positioning once again. Another near fall in this match. Gacy has kicked out of some pretty big pinfall attempts in this match. I got to credit him. He's embracing his evil, as it says on his shirt. Of course, another homage to the late, great Bray Wyatt. My God, what a forearm strike. Gacy now is in full control of this one. Off the ropes, goes again for a single leg, and no, again gets met by a kick to the rib cage. I would say Joe Gacy has certainly suffered the brunt end of the stick in this match, but yet he's still powering through it. Still able to hit absolutely polarizing moves like a belly-to-belly suplex, and now sends Axiom off the ropes with a high-end back suplex. Stacked Axiom up with the back suplex, and now goes for a kick, but Axiom out of harm's way now. Oh, look at this. Both these men going back and forth now. Axiom is taking a little too much time. Oh, but jumped off right in the neck of it. As now, wait a minute. Speaking of a neck, there goes a neck breaker. And now Gacy. Oh, no, look at this. Hanging Frazier out to the ropes. Oh, what a clubbing blow to the back. Gacy again. Could he be looking for the kill here? Gacy now. Oh, no, off the ropes. Oh, there it is. That handspring lariat. That handspring lariat connects. Oh, I thought that was going to be it for sure. Axiom just peels the shoulder off the mat. It's those moments in tag team wrestling that just reminds you of why you love wrestling in the first place, man. Big kickouts like that. As now Axiom sending Gacy back on our turnbuckle, the exact same turnbuckle that he hit a huge Hurricane Run at earlier. Now he's going for a Spanish fly. You gotta be kidding me. A Spanish fly off the top rope connect. You can see Loomis looming in the background. Able to save Gacy that time from getting pinned. I don't think Gacy would have kicked out if he didn't. And now wait a minute. Axiom is going to still try his best shot of putting away Gacy. Brainbuster into the frog splash. Frazier with the frog splash goes for the cover again. Gacy needs a big kick out. And wait, he gets it. Man, like I said, Gacy is showing some here tonight, folks. He is showing his devotion to the Wyatt Sicks and to what they stand for. He's showing his devotion to their leader, Uncle Howdy, as well, by kicking out of everything that Fraxiom has thrown at him. Big running DDT. And now Gacy hanging on that second rope. Oh, what an elbow drop. Elbow drop connects to the heart of Frazier. And now Joe Gacy sending Frazier back into the turnbuckle of Loomis. What do we got planned in store? Does the Wyatt Sicks. Running shoulder tackle. Double it up. Loomis going top rope. Frazier gets the hot tag to Axiom. Loomis just realized that Axiom's the fresh man in this match. Big knee strike. Might have caught him on the forehead there. But no, Loomis reversing whatever Axiom had planned for him. Was going for an Irish whip, but Loomis sends him right back in the corner. Gacy, another clubbing fist to the midsection. Look at the damage of Axiom's back. Just bruised and battered. That's the beatdown that these two have been laying on Frazier and Axiom all match long. A grueling war between these two tag teams. Nice inverted DDT. Counter out of harm's way from Axiom. Somebody's shedding blood. I believe that knee strike to the face of Loomis opened him up, and now he's shedding blood because of it. I think I saw Gacy with a bit of a gash on his forehead as well. Very grueling match, to say the least. Goes for the Phoenix Splash. No water in the pool, and no pun intended that time. Gacy with a bicycle kick. Gacy now sending Frazier, trying to send Frazier back into the corner of his team. Does it anyway, and now Gacy trying to think of next steps here. You got to believe that he's a little bit of wooziness here after getting dropped on his head all match long. Tags in Loomis, and I think Gacy has ran out the tank, ran it dry as a matter of fact. Is now Dexter Loomis sending Frazier off the ropes with a Luthez press. And he is raining down strikes on the face of Nathan Frazier. And again, more strikes. Oh, my God, what a devastating display of domination by Dexter Loomis. Just sent Axiom packing. And now, wait a minute, Loomis is going top row with the Swanton. He hit one earlier on Axiom. This time he hits one on Frazier after clubbing blows to the face. And that's going to give Wyatt Sicks the win. Gacy and Loomis came to play here tonight. They came to bring their A game, and that's exactly what they did. You can see Uncle Howdy has returned back to the ring, and clearly he is very pleased with the work that Loomis and Gacy just displayed here tonight, as am I. What a tag team match we just witnessed from these four individuals, folks. If you ask me, these four have to be the front runners for a shot at the Tongans Tag Team Championships, whatever Nick Aldis does decide to pull the plug. Well, no time to really dwell on what we just saw with those four individuals in a great tag team match, because we are right back into action. Men's Money in the Bank qualifying match, as we are joined by the Punisher himself, Damian Priest. And he is going to have his work cut out for him as he takes on Sol Sikoa and the former United States champion Carmelo Hayes. Triple threat action between these three. One of these men will be joining the likes of LA Knight and Karrion Kross when we get, and of course main event Jey Uso as well, when we get to Money in the Bank. Man, look at the presence of this man. He is an absolutely towering individual is Damian Priest. The camera work doesn't do justice for him. And even on camera, he looks tall as well, as he awaits the arrival of the leader of this new bloodline, Sol Sikoa. On Sikoa's end, he has had multiple chances to get the United States Championship in the past. Failed attempts, though, unfortunately, to say the least. The earliest one coming this past year at WrestleMania against Carmelo Hayes, and, of course, the man that would go on to defeat Carmelo Hayes eventually. Another member of Sol Sikoa's bloodline in the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, United States champion. We'll be seeing Jacob Fatu return back to Smackdown next week. He's had a few weeks off after a freshly new United States Championship victory, his first title in the WWE. And I mean, I know Sol Sikoa and Fatu are supposed to be on the same page. They're supposed to be, one family, one blood, one unit, but you gotta wonder if it kind of eats just a little bit at Sol Sikoa, the fact that Jacob Fatu was able to secure his first singles championship on the main roster in almost less than a year from his debut, whereas Sol Sikoa, I mean, he's been through every variation of the bloodline. He's been through all two different variations of NXT. Sol Sikoa has paid his dues, and I mean, he doesn't have much to show for it except for a false tribalism. He seems to think he's the new tribal chief, of course, of this new bloodline. But as far as championships, Solo Sikoa doesn't have anything to count for. He is a former NXT North American champion, of course, defeating this man right here, Carmelo Hayes, back then. But here on the main roster, Solo Sikoa still without his first singles championship victory. And like I said, Jacob Fatu just seemingly coming in with his first opportunity at gold, and he struck proverbial gold as well when he defeated Carmelo Hayes in another incredible match back in France at Backlash. And now Carmelo Hayes coming out here looking like he lost maybe 5 or 6 pounds without that United States Championship around his waist. You got to believe that he's itching to get some gold back, and he's itching to find himself in that men's Money in the Bank ladder match, because that will pretty much be the key as to if Carmelo Hayes will secure gold once again. We're getting ready for this one, folks. Priest, Melo, Sikoa. This one's going to be good. This one's going to be special. All three of these individuals are hungry for opportunities. As Carmelo Hayes, well, apparently he's not that hungry, because he just let Solo Sikoa and Damian Priest do the bidding for him. Hayes just powdered straight to the floor right when this match began. He said, F that. And now, wait a minute, now that Priest has got a submission hold locked in, Carmelo Hayes, obviously, when it matters, when it counts, doesn't want the match to end without him being in a decision of the match ending. Hayes biding his time. I mean, every time you see somebody do this, you have to credit them, because, I mean, you want to kind of preserve your energy. But, Hayes gets met by a huge Hiranagi from Solo Sikoa. Welcome to the match. Right when he gets in the ring, he gets met by a Hiranagi by Sikoa, and he was going for that spike, but Carmelo Hayes able to momentarily fight Sikoa off. But Sikoa's going top rope. My God, what an elbow. I think that was actually a headbutt. I think it was a flying headbutt off the top rope. Knocked some sense into Carmelo Hayes that time. And now Melo over the top rope with a tope con hilo, wiping out Priest. Priest introducing a sledgehammer to this match. We see a baseball bat in the center of the ring. Carmelo Hayes was trying to use that to his advantage. Solo Sikoa just dumped him right on his back, right on it. Goes for the cover, but Carmelo Hayes with a shoulder out. And even though Hayes was trying to bide his time on the outside, as soon as he got into this thing, the punishment began. A nice springboard clothesline. And now Carmelo Hayes, wait a minute, I was going to say, taking a little bit time to gloat, but he gets an elbow strike to the face for his troubles. Damian Priest now sending Sikoa off the ropes here. Big flapjack from Priest. And now Damian Priest is rocking and rolling, is the rock star. Now Damian Priest off the ropes here. Look out. What a tope from Priest. Not to be outshined or outdone by Melo's tope earlier. And now Priest is a house of fire right now, taking care of business, sending himself crashing into Carmelo Hayes. Priest is in control of this one, sending Carmelo Hayes for a ride with that delayed Falcon Arrow, as now Solo Sikoa going for a powerbomb, but Priest sends him crashing. And now Carmelo Hayes trying to introduce a kendo stick to this one, but Priest meets him with a good old-fashioned fist to the face. And now Sikoa tried to introduce a kendo stick. Oh my goodness, everybody getting sandwiches for dinner here tonight, courtesy of Priest. My God, he's not pulling any punches in this one. Too much on the line. Priest is hitting as hard as he can, like he's trying to move through a brick wall. And now Solo Sikoa flying right next to Carmelo Hayes. And now Damian sending Melo into the corner and sends Sikoa to the outside. What does Priest got planned here? Going to have to think a little bit harder about that because Carmelo Hayes is back in control now. Nice combination by Melo. Off the ropes. Oh, clears half the ring with a springboard moonsault. Tremendously done by Carmelo that time. Melo is holding his own against two much bigger individuals, and Solo Sikoa and Damian Priest have to give him the credit where credit's due. Flying forearm strike into the corner. Solo Sikoa knocks him right down his back, though. Goes for a shot with that baseball bat. Oh, and gets met by a bicycle kick. Huge bicycle kick by Melo. And now Melo sending him... Oh, I was going to say, we're going to send him off the ropes, but pulled back for a big boot. Carmelo Hayes putting Sikoa in the corner. Sikoa tries to boot him, but Melo caught it. Oh, a big kick to the face. And now, wait a minute. Oh, I thought Carmelo Hayes was going to springboard onto Solo Sikoa. He switched gears and springboarded right onto Damian Priest to the outside, but there's the springboard I thought he was going to hit earlier. My goodness, Melo is putting on one hell of a performance, and he's certainly showing us that he has that aim accuracy on lock. Hitting two big moves, both to Priest on the outside and Sikoa in the ring. Trying to attack Sikoa from behind, but Sikoa meets him with an elbow strike. And now a steel chair introduced. As we've been seeing throughout all these triple threat qualifiers, disqualifications are a thing of a past when you're in a multi-man match. Can't get disqualified. South of heaven from Priest. Look out. Melo just saves it for himself. And now Carmelo Hayes trying to ground and pound Damian Priest. Now Carmelo Hayes, what has he got planned here? He's got Sikoa on his feet. Goes for a super kick. Sikoa caught the boot. Oh, but there's an enziguri to the back of the neck. Like I said, Carmelo Hayes holding his own against two imposing individuals. I think that was another kendo stick that Priest was looking to use, but he thought better of it. And now Damian Priest spiking Sikoa on his head. My goodness gracious, he had him standing up like a tree. And now, oh, look, Hayes. When the hell did that happen? He's busted open right at the forehead. I don't know when that happened, but might have been the clubbing elbow to the right to the eye socket that Sikoa delivered earlier to him. You know, there's no love lost between Sikoa and Carmelo Hayes. We mentioned earlier that Solo Sikoa was responsible for Carmelo Hayes' first North American Championship loss. And now Damian Priest sends Carmelo Hayes driven right into the canvas with a huge power slam. Solo Sikoa with a big headbutt going for the cover. Priest gets the shoulder out. And now Sikoa getting Priest up to his feet. Look out here. Standing Uranagi, this time to Priest. Hit one on Melo earlier. Goes for the cover to qualify for the Money in the Bank, but Priest just gets the shoulder out. And now Sikoa, wait a minute, there's the spike to Carmelo Hayes. That's going to do it. Sikoa to solidify his spot in the ladder match, but no. Wow. Somehow Carmelo Hayes got the shoulder out. Very impressive performance by Carmelo Hayes here tonight, even when he's on the defensive side. And now, wait a minute, Solo Sikoa trying to drive that elbow right back into the eye socket. Damian Priest with a rolling elbow connects flush to Sikoa's jaw. Carmelo Hayes sending Priest onto the apron there, runs straight into Solo Sikoa. Carmelo Hayes now. Oh, Priest sending Hayes for a ride, sending Hayes crashing to the outside. Damian Priest going for the cover after a baseball strike to the abdomen area of Solo Sikoa. And now, wait a minute, Priest getting Sikoa up on his feet. Look out. Oh, my goodness, an elevated flatliner. Elevated flatliner connects, and I don't think Priest is done there just yet. He's looking to send Sikoa for the ride straight south of heaven. And I don't know what, Carmelo Hayes with a roll-up. Priest Priest couldn't even get his whereabouts. Oh my goodness, Hayes steals it. Priest was literally just getting off his feet. Of course, it took a lot of energy and adrenaline to lift Sikoa up for that South of Heaven. Carmelo Hayes seemingly using that to his advantage, making sure that he could get the roll-up attempt and cashed out big time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Carmelo Hayes joins the field for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We are so close to Melo in the bank. All he has to do is survive 5 other men when we get to London. Wow, that was very impressive by Carmelo Hayes. I have to admit that. Well, the Money in the Bank qualifiers are rolling on throughout these next 2 matches, folks. Of course, we are almost a week away from Money in the Bank, so we really got to start filling in these spots. 3 spots on the women's side already taken. Now 4 spots on the men's side taken. And we're about to find out who the 4th spot in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match will be, with Zelina Vega entering the squared circle. And she is going to be taking on a debuting Jada Parker, who has a tremendous opportunity. The same opportunity that Stephanie Vaquer had this past Monday night. And we saw Vaquer cashed out big time, winning a huge match. And of course, the next participant in this match, the Storm herself, Jade Cargill. Cargill, another one looking to skyrocket her momentum and skyrocket her career to the top. You put Jade Cargill in that women's Money in the Bank ladder match, I think you might have an odds-on favorite. I'm not going to lie to you. But first, she's got to get past Zelina Vega and Jada Parker. And we will see exactly if she can do that, or if the Storm is going to be temporarily delayed. Cargill, I mean, anytime she enters the building, there's just this certain aura about her. The way she carries herself, her presence, the what she stands for, the presence, as I've already said. It's the look, it's the whole package. If you were to put together a perfect female wrestler, as far as the presentation is concerned, you would end up with Jade Cargill. I mean, this woman is carved from stone. And she certainly has the talent needed to get the job done here tonight, and the talent needed to win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We're going to see, though, because coming up next, folks, coming out next is, like I said, a debuting female talent down from NXT, Jada Parker. Jada Parker with a tremendous opportunity. Like I said, an opportunity that's just similar to what Stephanie Vaquer had on Monday night, and she made the most of her opportunity, as I'm sure Miss Parker is going to be looking to do the exact same. Big match for Jada Parker. Can she get the job done? Find herself along with Stephanie Vaquer in that women's Money in the Bank ladder match? That is still to be decided. Jada Parker now looking as confident as ever, heading into a big match like this. We're going to see what Miss Parker is all about. We know she don't play. That's what she likes to say. But there's not going to be any playing games here. All 3 of these women are serious about finding themselves a spot on that plane to London. Find themselves a spot to the Money in the Bank ladder match. As here we go, Zelina Vega goes off the ropes, but Jada Parker just stepping out from underneath is now Jade Cargill with a huge European uppercut. And now, wait a minute. Oh, look at the innovative move from Cargill there. I honestly don't even know what to call that. Like an exploding facebuster pump handle, exploder, face buster, something like that. I don't know, whatever the hell it was impressive. And now Zelina Vega trying to take Cargill off her feet. Obviously, the much bigger individual is Cargill from both these women. Nice Hurricane Rana by Zelina Vega, but Jada Parker comes from behind Vega. Now Jada Parker I was going to say, I thought she might want to grab a weapon, take a page out of the match we just saw previously. A lot of weapons introduced in that one, but nonetheless, decides to do it the old-fashioned way with her fist, but I don't know if that's going to be the best strategy against the powerful Jade Cargill, as she is just throwing both these women around with spine busters right now. And now stacks Zelina for the pin. Jada Parker able to make the save, though. And now Parker and Cargill clashing. Sends Cargill into the turnbuckle that time. Look at that, a nice wheelbarrow arm drag from Zelina Vega. She's not looking to be outclassed in this match. Vega honestly has more experience than both these women combined in the squared circle, but I mean, a lot of people would say that Zelina Vega never really got her big break. She's been, you know, a contributing factor to a lot of things here in WWE, but she's never gotten to hold championship gold or anything like that. Of course, she's been in multiple tag teams, most notably, and more recently, the LWO, being the first women in history to join the LWO. And now Jada Parker sending Cargill face first into the turnbuckle. And now, wait a minute, folks. If you've never seen Jada Parker before, you're about to see exactly what she about. Look out here. Oh my goodness gracious. A springboard hip attack into the corner. Dropping the dime right on the midsection of Jade Cargill. We know Jada Parker likes to use her lower region, her hip area to her advantage. As a matter of fact, her finishing maneuver is quite frankly just a hip attack, but it's the velocity, the force that she hits you with that really puts things to bed. She calls it the hypnotic. If we see it here tonight, some tells me that Jada Parker will be seeing her again when we get to Money in the Bank. But Cargill, like I said, she has a plan in motion for herself, and it does not include losing this match. Big bicycle kick right to the face of Parker. And now Jade Cargill getting Zelina Vega up on her feet, or actually just forcing her up on her feet and forcing her almost 10 feet in the air with a jaded. The jaded connects, but again, it's Jada Parker making the save in this one. We mentioned the inexperience of Jada Parker, but she's certainly looking like a veteran here tonight by breaking up pinfall attempts like that. Stacked high by a German suplex, courtesy of Cargill. Shoulder out at 2.5. And now Cargill might have had just about enough of Parker's antics. Back and forth, these two ladies go. Another spine buster by Cargill. Another spine buster by Cargill. And now sending Parker into the turnbuckle. And there's the weapons that we were wondering if they were going to be introduced. Kendo stick by Zelina Vega there. And now, wait a minute, all three of these ladies getting tied up. Huge chop to the chest from Jada. Oh, what the hell? Spinning back elbow. A spinning back elbow by Parker, but Cargill just absolutely taking that and running with it, as now she sends Jada Parker off the ropes. And oh, wait a minute, she did look to send her straight into the stratosphere, but luckily Jada Parker was able to keep her distance. And now Zelina Vega kick to the knee. Oh, what a Hurricane Rana, spiking Parker on her head. And I think a little bit of her face hit that kendo stick as well. So more and more damage. And now speaking of face first on the kendo stick, Cargill drives Zelina Vega on it. And now Jade Cargill sending Jada Parker to the floor. Cargill now. What does she have planned for Zelina Vega here? Big strike to the face. And oh no, wait a minute. Again, Jade Cargill has Zelina Vega up for a second jaded. The only reason why Vega was even able to survive the first one because Jada Parker was there to break it up. I don't think she's surviving a second one, as you can count on Cargill making it into the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Very dominating performance by Jade Cargill, but certainly an impressive showing for Jada Parker as well. And hell, even Zelina Vega gave her best effort here tonight, but it was not enough to weather the storm that is Jade Cargill. Well, folks, it is main event time, and we are joined by the leader of the House of Black, Aleister Black, yet again. 2 weeks in a row, this man's been able to main event our show. If that doesn't tell you exactly the type of caliber of athlete that Black is, I don't know what will. And last week, he was in the main event with the world champion himself, Ilya Dragunov, and what was an absolute classic. Meanwhile, tonight, he has an opportunity to qualify for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. He just has to get past two of SmackDown's best, a former world champion in the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, and of course, Sami Zayn. There's going to be one hell of a triple threat match, and we've already seen a handful of them here tonight, all impressive in their own right, but some tells me we're about to take it up a notch or two, because all three of these individuals are looking for the exact same opportunity that we just saw Carmelo Hayes and Jade Cargill get granted, a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder matches. Aleister Black, like I said, coming off a very impressive performance, although a loss to Ilya Dragunov certainly did not look weak in defeat. As a matter of fact, surviving a Torpedo Moscow forced Dragunov to have to count on the H-bomb to get the job done last week. Meanwhile, Aleister Black was, like a hairline away from kicking Dragunov's face off last week, after Dragunov was coming off the ropes trying the Constantine special. Black mistimed it by, a millisecond, and Dragunov was able to almost duck it because he was trying to send himself flying into Aleister Black, and was able to kind of duck it in the process. But something tells me if he would have hit that flush, then we might have been having a little bit of a different conversation about who won that match. And that would have been a huge feather in the cap of Aleister Black to pin the men's world champion in his first match back since a little after January. And now the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, he needs to find himself back in the world title contention. It's been a while since he has. You'll have to cast your mind back to all the way in Chicago at Survivor Series when he took on the ring general Gunther. That was back in November? October, November, somewhere around there. So the phenomenal one is looking to get back in title contention by winning this match and then winning the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, something that he has yet to do in his illustrious career. It's kind of hard to find things that Styles hasn't done in his career at this point in it. He's done almost anything that you can possibly imagine in every single company known around the world, but never won the Money in the Bank ladder match. Neither has this man right here, Sami Zayn, who's been a part of a handful of them. For a guy like Zayn, a Money in the Bank ladder match would do wonders. A Money in the Bank briefcase win would do wonders for his career. We know Sami Zayn has always been chasing that illustrious first world title. We've heard him passionately talk about it in the past. He claims it will happen before his career ends, before he hangs up the boots. He will be a world champion in WWE. He is a former Intercontinental champion and a former tag team champion, looking to complete the trifecta and earn the Triple Crown title if he does eventually become world champion. The competition is certainly not getting any easier here, not only on Friday Night SmackDown, but also Monday Night Raw, because, I mean, you have to remember, we've seen it in the past, the Money in the Bank winner, they can, that's pretty much a ticket to every show that we have booked for the rest of the year, folks, because they could show up on Raw, they could show up on SmackDown, they could show up on a PLE, they could show up at a damn house show if they wanted to. That contract is good for anywhere up to a year. And here we go, folks. All three of these men getting ready to do battle. Styles trying to attack Aleister Black, as was Sami Zayn. Nice duck attempt. Strikes to the face of Black. Caught a big strike. Chops from Styles. Black catching it from every angle here. Of course, Sami Zayn and AJ Styles welcoming Aleister Black back with open arms, of course, and closed fists as well. And a springboard crossbody by the Phenomenal One. Styles now focusing in on Aleister Black. What a match it would be for either. I mean, seeing Sami and Aleister Black one-on-one, seeing Styles and Aleister Black one-on-one, a match that we got one time at a random pay-per-view, and it was probably the best match of that night. I'd love to see it again. As now Aleister Black and AJ Styles lock up once again. And big knees to the face from Black. Scaling the second rope, but got to look out for Sami Zayn coming around the corner. Oh, but he was ready. A huge forearm strike right to the face of Sami. And now, wait a minute, AJ Styles introducing a kendo stick, but there's that back fist we saw earlier from Jada Parker. Now Aleister Black using it to his advantage in this match. Sami Zayn, ground and pound to Styles. Referee Chad Patton trying to get out of harm's way here. Got kendo sticks, got flying knees, got rolling elbows coming from all corners. I mean, these three, I should say, are prepared to do the be-all, end-all to get the job done here tonight. AJ Styles with a big enziguri strike right to the face, and now gets Black right back up on his feet with a Pele. Sami Zayn, though, with a big drop kick right to the face of Styles, and this is the danger of the triple threat scenario that we've been seeing all night long. We saw Carmelo Hayes capitalize big time on the triple threat rules, able to catch Damian Priest off guard, or maybe as he would say, catch him lacking, as the kids would probably phrase it, and roll up Priest for the victory. And now Carmelo Hayes has one less thing to worry about. He's already got his ticket punched to Money in the Bank. Now he's just in the back wondering who's going to join him, I suppose. And now a huge fisherman suplex by Sami Zayn. Running clothesline by Aleister Black, and there's those dangerous knees right to the face. Not done there just yet. Look at this combination of strikes from the Muay Thai specialists. Goes for the cover. AJ Styles getting the shoulder out at one. The black arts of Aleister Black himself. Or excuse me, I said the black arts, the dark arts. That's that striking of Aleister Black that we were referring to. One of the most dangerous strikers in the sport today. Springboard DDT from Sami Zayn. Spikes Black on his head. And now Styles has Black on his shoulders here. Gonna send him into the turnbuckle face first. As now Sami Zayn, wait a minute, he was waiting in the background. A huge brain buster to Styles. And now Zayn, full head of steam here with a John Woo kick right to the face of Aleister Black. Shotgun drop kick from Sami Zayn in the corner. Connects with an exploder. Goes for the cover, but not to be. And now, wait a minute. AJ Styles traps the arm. Oh, very innovative maneuver from AJ Styles that time. Picks up the sledgehammer, striking right at the lower chest area of Aleister Black is the phenomenal one. Looks like he's done enough damage here. Is now Styles going top rope, looking for the spiral tap. My goodness gracious, is AJ Styles turning back the clock here tonight with that one. And now a springboard 450. Sami Zayn recognizing the danger here. Gonna break up the cover. A spiral tap in the springboard 450. AJ Styles is out of his mind. He out here performing like he's 21 years of age again. And now, speaking of people who are out of their mind, Sami is simply in Zayn over the top rope with a tope. And now Aleister Black meeting Sami Zayn out on the floor. And now setting Sami Zayn, oh my goodness, right into that LED barrier. Styles and Black once again meeting. AJ Styles talking a little trash to Sami Zayn. And now Aleister Black just raised the jaw of AJ Styles with that bicycle knee to the face. Sami Zayn catches Aleister Black off guard with a Blue Thunder Bomb. The Blue Thunder Bomb to secure his spot in the men's Money in the Bank, but Black gets the shoulder out again. Tremendous stuff from all three of these individuals. They were not going to be outperformed or upstaged by any of the other Money in the Bank qualifiers here tonight. They said that they were going to go out with a bang. Huge lariat by Sami Zayn that time, rocking the foundation of Styles' jaw. And now, wait a minute, Aleister Black. Oh, there's that Black Mass. The Black Mass kicks connects. Black Mass kick connects. Sami's out. Sami just peels the shoulder out. Styles was in that corner sleeping, and he was about to lose his opportunity. Sami Zayn put him in that corner, and Styles had no idea where the hell he was at, although somehow standing on his feet still. And now a spinning knee strike by Aleister Black. Black goes for the cover now. Styles could be in trouble. He was out on his feet earlier. And now wait a minute, Sami Zayn now. Look at this. Oh, huge Arabian moonsault by Sami Zayn. Feeling himself here tonight. Sends Aleister Black back into the ring. Black went to the outside to try and meet Sami and AJ Styles and paid for it big time. And now a big strike to the face of Aleister Black. What does Sami Zayn have planned? Perching Black on the top rope. Aleister now. Oh, another running elbow. Another running elbow connects to Sami Zayn. That time it busted him open. Goes for the count. Styles again would have been too late. Styles would have been too late. Drops Aleister Black with the DDT. AJ Styles now. Picking Sami Zayn up. The phenomenal one. Gonna send Styles for a ride. Oh my goodness, what a hangman neck breaker. Looked like he was going for a suplex, but turned it right into a hangman's neck breaker. And now Styles with that styling knee strike to the face. Not done there just yet. Wheelbarrow face buster. The back suplex wheelbarrow face buster from Styles, but Black again making the save. Went for a kendo stick strike to the face to Styles, but Styles reversed it. And now all three of these individuals getting involved in each other's business, but there it is. The haluva kick. The haluva kick hits flush. Styles is out. Styles is out. This is Sami's opportunity. I was going to say, where's Aleister Black? But he's still licking his wounds in the corner. Still struggling to get up to his feet. And there's another haluva kick. Another haluva kick from Sami this time. Aleister Black is out. Black gets the shoulder, though, now, too. You've got to be kidding me. Two opportunities that Sami had to win this match. And now, wait a minute. His focus was too much on Aleister Black that time. Got caught by the Styles Clash. AJ Styles with the pinfall to go to the Money in the Bank PLE. And Aleister Black found himself on the outside, rolled out of harm's way, trying to find a little bit of energy, and cost him big time. Now AJ Styles joins the field, folks. What a match and what a night of action here on Friday Night SmackDown.